As it's the new year, it's also the time for New Year's resolutions. Because you have interest in setting and achieving those resolutions, let me talk a little bit about the part of the brain that's important for you to be successful. Executive functions. Executive functions include things like self-discipline, so motivation and inhibition, creativity, mental and emotional flexibility, as well as perseverance or grit. Now, things that impair those executive functions include feeling sad or lonely, being stressed, having sleep deprivation, or not being in good physical health. So anything that helps you avoid those challenges will increase or enhance your executive functions and allow you to set, pursue, and ultimately be successful in all the resolutions you have for the new year. Shinrin Yoku, forest bathing. There's a whole body of scientific literature that shows that time spent in nature decreases stress and increases executive functioning. In a famous study, people were given a math test, and one group of folks were told, hang out, read People magazines. Another group walked around a few city blocks, and the third was directed to a local park. And that 15 or 20 minutes walking in nature remarkably improved their performance on that test. So for whatever goal you have set for yourself in this new year, to be successful, take a walk in the woods. A few years ago, I was working with a student who was in the final throes of preparing for the big test. And as part of our plan, I said, remember to keep running. She was a cross-country runner, so that was easy. And as I said, keep running, her face fell. I said, what? And she said, oh, my parents said, I shouldn't take away time from studying to get exercise. And I looked at her and said, well, I really like your parents, and I imagine you do too, but that might be the worst advice I've heard in the last 3 years. Why? Exercise is vital for both physical health and mental health. If there's anything that you care about in this new year that you want to be successful in, make sure that regular exercise, however you do that, is part of your success plan. The most valuable tip that I can offer you is to get enough sleep. The effects of sleep deprivation look just like stress, completely undermining your executive functions. The TV show Mythbusters showed that people, when clinically sleep deprived, drive a car even worse than when they're legally drunk. You should make sleep your first priority, not what you get when everything else is done. You should get at least 56 hours of sleep a week, 8 hours a night. Plan for that, and then spend that time the rest of the way, however you want to. But if you can't get 56 hours of sleep a week, you're not going to be able to do your best on all those goals that matter. So to have a really successful new year, make sure that sleep comes first. If in the new year you're looking forward to Model UN and the debate team and the fundraiser to save polar bears in the Arctic, and you get to be a scorekeeper for the basketball team, and successful people don't do everything. They do some things well. It's also important for you to know that cognitive load, a measure of how many things are you thinking about or paying attention to at any given time, increases your stress and thereby decreases your executive functions. So if any of those things that are articulated or any of those things on your list matter to you, do fewer things well by decreasing your cognitive load and letting one or two of those things be an opportunity for someone else to take care of. The easiest tip I can give you might also be the most surprising. Spend time with your friends. Now I know you've got a voice in the back of your head saying, but I can't, I've got too much homework, I've got to do this, that, the other. Trust me, science shows that spending time with our friends, particularly ones who make us laugh, who are less anxious, who really get us, changes our brain chemistry in profound ways. It wards off depressive tendencies. It increases the function of those executive functions we talked about. Now, if you feel like, I don't have time, I can't do this, set a time. Every Thursday we're going to have coffee. Saturday afternoons is coffee date, at the local coffee bar. Even knowing that you have that time with your best friend coming up will help you get through the grind of the week, make you have something to look forward to, and ultimately change your brain chemistry to help you be more successful with the other goals you have set for yourself in the new year.